The voices in my head told me more than I wanted to know, but I live for scary stories. Sitting in my dorm room trying to get a paper finished, overwork and lack of sleep have my mind so dazed I can barely focus on the computer screen. I decided to just give up and put the TV on instead when I felt a sudden, sharp pain in my head like an ice pick was digging into my brain. Then I heard it. A woman's voice coming from nowhere. "Adam, come look at this!" she exclaimed. I continued to listen as the disembodied female voice spoke to the man she called Adam. "Look at the monitor! I've never seen activity like this," she said excitedly. "Oh shit," I heard a surprised male voice say. "We need to alert the rest of the team." "Wait just a second. I want to see what happens if I do it again," she said. I could hear what sounded like typing and then BAM! Shooting ice pick pain in my head again. This time it was so bad my vision went completely white and my ears began ringing so loud I feared it would never stop. "Oh my god," the man's voice nearly shouted. "I've never seen that happen either. What did you do, Mara?" "This one still dreams as far as I know. It is the only one that does. When it dreams, its auditory cortex spikes, much more than they usually do, as if it's actually trying to listen to something in the real world. I thought maybe if I tried to trigger the same effect, we would see a response. And look! It's acting as if listening to something." Mara was speaking a mile a minute, clearly excited about what she had discovered. I jumped off the couch in a panic. "Hello? Who's there?" I began shouting. "Adam, look! Look at this! Another spike! It looks like it's trying to communicate with us," Mara cried out. "What the fuck is going on?" I cried out to the empty room. I tried covering my ears, but nothing changed. Hi there. If you can hear me, think of a happy memory, okay?" Mara asked. I did as instructed, too shocked not to simply comply. "Very good! Look at him, look at their hippocampus now." Mara was so excited now, her voice was an octave higher than before. "Mara, come on, that's impossible. It can't possibly hear you. It doesn't even have ears," Adam said. "Then maybe there is more to all of this than science can explain," Mara snapped back. "Maybe this is proof of consciousness beyond that of the senses. Maybe our bodies just use the other 5 senses as a way to filter out extraneous information in our waking lives." She was practically shouting at him. "Been working on this theory for a while now, huh, Mara?" Adam asked her, sounding half condescending and half intrigued. Hello?" I shouted. "Can anyone explain to me what the fuck is going on?" I screamed to the voices. "Adam, look at the monitor. It's trying to communicate with us. These spikes are much stronger than the usual ones we've seen from other subjects. She's not simply interacting with the program, she's actually becoming aware. This has never happened before," Mara cried. Mara, it's not a she anymore. This is unusual, I'll give you that, but don't let yourself get too invested in this. It could just be a fluke," Adam said. "A fluke? Really? Are you not seeing what I'm seeing here, Adam?" she asked. Absolutely freaking out now, I felt compelled to run and I ran outside and kept running as fast as I could. I could still hear some woman named Mara asking me to think of certain memories and some guy named Adam arguing with her, but this time I ignored her questions and just continued to run. I ran until I noticed something that stopped me dead in my tracks. I watched a massive tree begin to glitch in and out of existence, and then it was just gone. I watched the entire world around me glitched in and out of existence until I was left in complete darkness. "Hello?" I cried out. Nothing. I could no longer hear the 2 voices. I was alone in a pitch black empty void. I cannot describe to you the panic I felt at that moment. "What on earth?" I finally heard another voice say. "Oh my god, she disconnected from the program." This time it was Mara's voice that spoke again. "How is that possible?" said the new voice I didn't recognize. I listened to the darkness as Mara tried to explain the experiment she had been working on, the one that allowed me to hear their voices. "But it doesn't have ears, it's just a fucking brain in a box," the man said. As the overlapping voices continued, I realized the horrific truth. Having been disconnected from the program, as Mara stated, I began to remember the horrific truth. There was a catastrophic event on Earth that had wiped out most of humanity. The minds of those whose bodies were dying were harvested and placed as boxes filled with cerebral spinal fluid to keep them alive. Alive. There were only a few ships capable of deep space travel at the time. Even if they found a planet to colonize, most of the people left alive would be too old to repopulate. Apparently, there was not enough resources on the ships to begin the process of repopulation until they found a suitable planet. They were keeping our minds alive, hooked into virtual reality, a simulation of the planet before it was destroyed. They were attempting to regrow human bodies, hoping to use them as hosts for the living minds once they reached a safe planet. Apparently, I was the first to become aware of this, or to remember this, I should say, that I'm nothing but a brain inside a box waiting. I don't know why I didn't remember any of this or what they did to make me forget. Unfortunately, it seems like I cannot forget again. I wish I could. My connection to the simulation was reestablished and I found myself back in my dorm staring at the TV screen. I wonder if there's anyone out there who knows the truth, that this world is a recreated simulation of the one we knew, that we are simply brains in a box just waiting to be whole again. What happens if they don't find a new planet in time? What happens if for the rest of the living humans die before we can be given new bodies? What happens if there's no one left to keep the simulation running? Will we be left floating through the space indefinitely, trapped alone inside the void of blackness? Please, I need to know. Does anyone else remember?